Hey there, guys. I'm going to be looking at some wrestling pick ones that I've came across on Twitter, and I'm going to give my opinion. And we are starting off strong because, in my opinion, this is the hardest one of every single one that I chose to use in this video. This is 4 very legendary careers, and all 4 of these guys' primes are just amazing. Starting off the bat, before I do answer this, I want to say this is all my opinion. You do not have to agree. You're more than welcome to share your opinion with me on my Twitter, my TikTok, or whatever, comment, I don't know. You're more than welcome to share your opinion, but that doesn't mean I have to change mine. So now that that's out of the way, let's get into this. You now own WWE, but you must make budget cuts. All 4 are in their primes, but one must go. We got on the screen, we got John Cena, Roman Reigns, Stone Cold, and The Rock. I feel like my opinion is probably going to be the most uncommon one out of everybody else's, but that's alright. Right off the bat, I got to keep The Rock and Stone Cold. I feel like that was just such a great era, and them two, they both led it. So now that leaves John Cena and Roman Reigns. Personally, I like both, but I'm going to have to get rid of John Cena. Personally, I'm so entertained by everything that Roman Reigns has done in his career so far. Not that John Cena is not that same way. It's just I've always kind of, I guess you can say, gotten closer to Roman Reigns' work than John Cena's. He's had way more personal feuds, and that's the kind of feuds that I like, the personal feuds. So unfortunately, I got to get rid of John Cena. Next up is a hard one, but it's easy for me. Just because Shawn Michaels is my favorite wrestler of all time. I believe he's the most talented in the ring. He had great mic work. What did Shawn Michaels not have? Now, Bret Hart, on the other hand, he was amazing just as well. I think these two had some of the best matches. When it comes down, like if you had to narrow it down to like 2 people that had the best matches, personally, I would say Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels had the best matches. And how I was saying that personal thing. It definitely got personal, but we're not going to get into that. I think both are so good in the ring, but I mean, it's just Shawn Michaels, so I can't really say nothing else. Next up is another pretty easy one. It says, who's your favorite champion on WWE Monday Night Raw right now? Of course, we got the Intercontinental Champion Gunther, and then we got the Women's Champion Rhea Ripley. We got Seth Rollins holding that World Champion. We got the Undisputed Tag titles being held by Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Then we got the Women's Tag Team Champions held by Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. We're going to do that whole process of elimination thing again, go ahead and get rid of Chelsea and Piper Niven because, Piper Niven just started teaming up with Chelsea because of Sonya Deville's injury, and plus, those titles really aren't worth much, honestly. And also, we got to get rid of Sami and KO because they're not really that tag team that you want to lead your tag team. Yes, they have the star power. They're both amazing talent, but it's just not something that's going to work as a tag team. They haven't even been defending the tag titles. This was just to take it off the Usos. Now it's just time to put it back with like a regular tag team like the Street Profits or someone like that. Now, Rhea Ripley, yeah, she's dominant, but what good match has she had? What good feud has she had since she's had that title? I'm talking about like a singles feud that someone's actually going for that title. Now, this Raquel feud, I believe, is going to be pretty good, but that's just now starting. Then left, we got Seth Rollins and Gunther. And for me, this is a clear winner because, Seth Rollins is a great champion. His reign has been pretty good so far. It's mainly just been with Finn Balor, which obviously isn't a bad thing. But, when you've only got one major feud, it really doesn't compare to Gunther's big reign that he's had. It's like 400-something days. He's about to have the longest IC title reign of all time. And so it's not a fair chance. So Gunther is going to take this one. Next up, this one was so challenging for me because there's just so much talent between the 4 of these. And so this thing says, if you could pick one wrestler to receive a huge push in WWE, who would you pick? And so we got Chad Gable, Candice LeRae, Johnny Gargano, and Shayna Baszler. Right off the bat, I'm not going to go with Candice LeRae. She doesn't have the talent that any of these other 3 have, and I don't think she has the potential that they have. She doesn't have that high of a roof, so she's got to go. And then the rest of the three, really, I couldn't really narrow it down much more. I kind of, like, Shayna Baszler, I want her to get a push. She's getting to that age where she needs it right now or never. It's one of those now or never situations. You ever give it to her now, or she's going to be too old to do it later. So, and I don't know if they would do that, but this is obviously my opinion. But it's just Johnny Gargano and Chad Gable have more talent, in my opinion. So, I kind of eliminated her. Chad Gable and Johnny Gargano, two people that I've been saying need a push for so long. And I think Johnny Gargano was going to get that. He was just injury prone. And that leads me for my decision. I'm going to go with Chad Gable because it seems like every time they go to do something with Tommaso Ciampa or Johnny Gargano, one of them gets injured. And so you can't be like that in WWE. You have to be there. That's just how it is. And Chad Gable, he's pretty good at that. I mean, and he has the talent. He is amazing. Chad Gable's not out every single month. He is there. And he's definitely got the charisma. And, I mean, I think they're actually going to give him this push now, though. Now that he actually beat Gunther yesterday, I think we can tell now that he is going to finally get what he deserves. Next up, a fun, easy one. Who is your favorite 24/7 champion? We got R-Truth and Dana Brooke. I love Dana Brooke. She has a lot of talent. But personally, once they stopped with the whole R-Truth 24/7 champion thing, it got old. Nobody cared about it. Like, it was just, everybody was just saying, when is this title going to be getting rid of? When is it going to be getting rid of? It's literally just making people look bad, because if you win this 24/7 champion, that's basically saying you are bottom of the card. You are as far to the bottom as you can get. But it was something that was actually fun and entertaining when R-Truth had it, so I got to give it to R-Truth. Next up, I'm going to keep it with the easy ones for right now. We got Paul Heyman, Zelina Vega, Scarlett, and Robert Stone. And it says you can choose one to be your manager / advocate in WWE. Who do you pick? This is so easy. I'm definitely going Paul Heyman. He's, in my opinion, the greatest manager of all time. Bobby Heenan's before my time. Don't give me that. So, yeah, I got to go Paul Heyman. Everyone that he has managed, he has made them look so good. Not that they weren't already good, because he really only manages top stars. But, yeah, he's amazing. Next up, we got pick one WWE legend from each row to build your Ultimate Survivor Series team. Ready, set, go. Alright, so first row, we got Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Ted DiBiase, Mr. Perfect, Sergeant Slaughter, and Ricky Steamboat. A lot of talent right there. I wish I knew more about Mr. Perfect, but what I do know about him, he was great. Sergeant Slaughter, not on the level of any of the other guys, in my opinion. Ted DiBiase, same way. Love Hacksaw, he's amazing, but he just doesn't compare to the skill that Ricky Steamboat has, so I gotta go Ricky Steamboat. Next up, we got Jimmy Snuka, Roddy Piper, Ric Flair, Coco Beware, and Junkyard Dog. I love a lot of these guys. Wish I was more for the time of Ric Flair, but unfortunately don't know much about him. Junkyard Dog was amazing. I love Junkyard Dog. Love going back and watching his matches. Coco Beware just doesn't compare to the rest. Jimmy Snuka, same way. And Roddy Piper, I don't know what it was, but I love Roddy Piper. He was so good. So I went Roddy Piper. Next row has Shawn Michaels, so I don't even need to look at the rest. There's Shawn Michaels, so I'm going Shawn Michaels. Next row, there is a lot of talent, but Ravishing Rick Rude was so good. So good. Very underrated. I'm a huge fan of him, so I'm going Rick Rude. And then the last row was down between Dusty, the Ultimate Warrior, and Jake the Snake. Honestly, the Ultimate Warrior, in my opinion, was one of my favorite powerhouse kind of guys. But he just doesn't compare to the talent of the other two. And then we got the American Dwayne, Dusty Rhodes, and Jake the Snake. And this is a hard one, but I had to go Jake the Snake because he was just so talented. This video is going to go forever, so I'm going to try to hurry it up just a little bit. Next up, we got pick one, Charlotte Flair or Sasha Banks. I'm going Charlotte Flair. In my opinion, she's the greatest women's wrestler of all time, and that's just how it is for me. But I love Sasha. Sasha was amazing. Next up, I took a look at this and I'm like, wow, that's a lot of talent. So I start looking for Shawn Michaels so I can get the easy way out. Yep, there's Shawn Michaels. Of course, I'm going with Shawn Michaels. But wow, there was a lot of talent. Look at that. Next up, another easy one. Which of these iconic WWE finishers has to go? Which one do you pick? I'm keeping the RKO. I'm keeping the Stunner. So now we're down to the Tombstone Piledriver and the Sweet Chin Music. And of course, since I'm a huge Shawn Michaels fan, I'm going to love the Sweet Chin Music. So that just leaves the Tombstone Piledriver, and so that's the one I'm choosing. Next up, which of these wrestlers should return to WWE? Pick one. We got CM Punk, Jon Moxley, Sting, and The Rock. I want to kind of go with somebody at this current time, like Jon Moxley, that is like still young, so that's who I wanted to go. But right now, with how this Bloodline feud is going, I feel like this would be the perfect time for The Rock to make his debut, or his comeback, I guess you could say, return. Okay, that was be harder than I thought it was. Yes, this would be a great time for him to make his return. He would fit right in with the Bloodline feud, and I think he would make this feud so good. It's already amazing in my opinion. I don't care what other people say about this feud. I've enjoyed it. I kind of judge it off of I haven't been able to take my eyes off the screen while the Bloodline is up there, so I enjoy it. And The Rock would do just like he does to everything else. He would elevate it to a higher level. So there was my pick ones that I saw on Twitter that I wanted to come on here and answer for you guys. And so, yeah, I mean, this was fun. You guys tell me how you liked this video idea. And so, yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one.